All right, what's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene today. I am joined by my co-host Audie up top. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tub Takes. I'm excited to talk about the regional locations that we have been asking for literally the last two Tub Takes. So this was a big moment.
And they decided to release it the day after Tub Takes, so we're like really behind on this news, which, by the way, just means that we are giving our very informed, non-reactionary takes on this info because, you know, everybody else was putting YouTube videos within the hour, and they didn't actually take the time to think about this news. You know, we've thought about it. We this is the intelligent take on this brand new news. And so we thought we'd bring on two of our smartest Tub Nation residents here to discuss this stuff. We have in the middle here.
Busy, so instead you get us.
Yeah, instead we get Aurora's biggest fan, Rajan Ball. How you doing, Rajan?
I am doing well. I was saying earlier, I saw we had limited news, and we needed someone with no qualifications or recent achievements to be on the Tub Takes. So I jumped. I'm here.
That was the
I'm
requirement.
ready to exactly Milwaukee.
And then we also have Aurora's least favorite fan, Nails OU here, who just learned that it does get snow warning.
I only knew about the one ability. It was just a black hole in my head. If you asked me what its second ability, I would have looked at you funny.
I wonder if it gets 3 as
It's
well.
like
I feel
Sylveon.
like maybe it doesn't. It's not 3 ability
No, the team builder says it only gets 2. This is news to me. I thought it only had 1, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone just only get one ability now? Like, not even really.
I mean, signatures like Golden Go and stuff, right?
Sure, whatever. If you're not a steel type.
If you're not a steel type,
sometimes a steel type, like
if you have levitate
or Savali.
So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the intro here, and by that I mean I'm gonna finish talking about Aurora's. Audie, I played against Aurora's I think 2 days ago on stream, or maybe last week, and it was on a Ninetales team. Like, it had Ninetales, Vanillux, and Aurora's, and they didn't bring the other two. They switched in the Aurora's, and it didn't have snow warning. I thought their whole thing was that they were running triple snow warning, and the Aurora switched in, and it didn't set the snow. I was like, what's the point?
They didn't have a bomb of snow on that team?
No, they didn't go for the 4 snow setters or whatever. They only did 3.
What is Aurora's other ability?
It's just refrigerate. Yeah.
Refrigerate. That's a good one.
Okay.
It's the only ability that it had in my head for the past 10 years.
Which is actually just like, I don't know, refrigerate on a guy like this that has snow warning feels like a crime, because it's like you could click hyper voice, which is like, you know, Blizzard, but not. I don't know. I guess it does more.
Weaker.
Well, no, because is this not stronger because of the multiplier? I guess it gets the multiplier.
Oh man,
we need to give it refrigerate, but for rock type moves, right?
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, because all the good special rock type moves that exist to be able to use them.
So the context is I was complaining that mon does not learn Power Gem, and it made my World Prep very sad.
Hyper Voice is 108, so it's 2 base power weaker? No, but at least it doesn't get disrupted by the weather, I guess. That's the main, upside over there. That's crazy. Anyways, let's finish this intro. Audie already linked it, but yeah, !YT in the chat if you guys want to check this out on YouTube tomorrow instead of listening to us now, or if you'd rather hear us talk on 2x speed. And if you have any questions in the chat, which we already do have one, I'll get to that in just a second. But if you have questions in the chat, we'll be following along as we go. And also make sure to leave comments on the YouTube video. We do read those as well. But anyways, somebody asked here right now, what is the most toxic strategy in Champions? And there was...
Right? Like,
it is doc specs, I guess, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, somebody what was it? Somebody popularized or was using a overquill minimize team, and then Joe made it, like, put it on his Patreon. I laddered with it at one point, but honestly it didn't stick around remotely. This overquill minimize team. So
Joe did it himself independently.
So true. And
go
ahead.
Colin put out a video with talking about how Cosmic Power Metagross is broken. I don't think he brought that guy to a single game.
but I don't know if it's the most toxic strategy. I like the funny answer is to say Toxpex. I think the genuine answer is like maybe Toxpex or just like Venusaur Charizard, because like you just play a lot of Sleep Powder games. Like that's just like it is pretty tough to opt out of those for reasons that we've already highlighted on the show before. But you know, you classically you want to use a grass type to be immune to Sleep Powder, and you just get hit by Sludge Bomb or Heat Wave from the Charizard and the Venusaur, so it's not really easy to get out of that. And Lumberry is just a bad item. Chesto Berry, also a bad item. But anyways.
I've run both before. Last time I was at San Francisco, I ran both.
I know, same. We all did, of course. Everybody did.
Yep.
Last time we
You
went
get
to this,
two of those items, you got to make them count.
we only got 2.
Man, I think I ran Chesto Smeargle and like Lum Scrafty, genuinely. Like it was
Chesto Smeargle as well. Nick got me on King Shield Smeargle that world, and it was baller. So I was Chesto King Shield, and I had Lum's substitute Zapdos because fuck that mod, man.
I know that it's like
I was a
go ahead.
I was crazy. I still had the Chesto Smeargle that I was into, but I had a different electric flying type with my Lumberry. I had Thundy instead of Zapdos.
Kilowattrel? It wasn't even released yet. Yeah, basically we're all boomers here and we're definitely beating a dead horse, but if you think you have it bad now, just be grateful that you weren't playing in that Dark Void format, I guess. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this one started, because we're trying to make it a quick one. I'm trying to go to the beach later today, and we also don't have a ton of news to talk about, but we're going to be talking about the new circuit stuff that is highlighted a bit here, as well as not just the locations, but some other major changes to the upcoming season. Mostly for other games, but we'll talk about those too because it is interesting. First and foremost, though, actually one quick minor thing that happened within the last week as well is that the parting shot bug, I don't know if we highlighted the bug on the one. Actually, that might have been... Did you guys highlight it with Toller? I don't know if you guys
talked about it. Yeah. We were
Yep,
speculating what the meta would look like if this was allowed for Worlds, which of course
How funny.
it is not.
So notably, one, bug's not even that bad. They should have kept it. It's fine.
Shut up.
Pretty cool.
2,
Crazy
they only specified correcting it for parting shot. So I bet we still have it for flip turn, volt switch, all of them.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
That's it.
We really might.
I want to like they probably quad coded it just to be like and fix parting shot, but you can still do this shit with Palafin, guaranteed.
No, dude. No. I'm sure that people went and tried that, but let's speak on the fact that they did fix it. Like that part is really cool. I feel like there was like a decently quick turnaround time on this. So at least after discovery, like, you know, I'm guessing this has been around since the game launched, you know, but nobody really caught it, and outside of like maybe like people having weird scenarios where they're like, I don't even know what happened here. But now that people like knew, once people were like actively talking about it, it got addressed pretty quickly. So
I continue to think it's not that bad. Who fucking cares? Like, who cares, right? Like, setting sucks. You have to have a guy die, and then you have to be in a 3vx, and then you have to parting shot switch. Like, it doesn't matter.
And it's cool that it can matter, but it happens so infrequently that it doesn't really matter. And
it doesn't matter enough to like not decided that's just how it works.
While I think that this is part of the point of Champions is that they can do these type of fixes when they need to, but also I am going to miss how if you go back and you play like past generations, they all have their stupid mechanical quirks that are like clearly not supposed to work the way they are, and we no longer have that. It would have been funny if we went back to play this like Worlds format and you had to play with the weird parting shot mechanic that doesn't exist in any other format.
I'm curious.
Could have asked.
I'm curious then, Adi, give me one example of one that you do think is kind of funny from the past. Do you have one then, or not? Not really.
Skydrop, bro. Bring that shit back.
I mean, Skydrop's just a cool move, dude. That's not a.
Skydrop just got banned, but no, it was very funny.
The one that I was thinking of was the Dondozo bug in Series 1 and 2, where now you can't go back and play those with the like correct Dondozo mechanics on Pokemon Showdown anymore.
Oh, with like order up or whatever? Yeah,
with order up, yeah.
Sure, right. That is honestly a bit of a weird part of like pretty much any legacy format.
Alec, Alex, they fixed photosynthesis. You should know that.
That one was dude. I forgot about that one. Take me
You
back.
blacked
Take
out.
me back.
Give
Okay.
racing back, bro.
Is Raichu Y overrated?
Yeah.
I think Raichu Y is like fine. I don't think it's like a top tier guy. Like it's just fine. I think it's a very solid Pokemon.
I think we're gonna see a Raichu team later today at the end of the podcast that is gonna break the format.
Actually, yeah, didn't it win this tournament? Yeah, it did. Anyways,
Raichu probably is appropriately rated as long as the rating is meh.
I thought you were gonna say like
be
is rated
surprised to see a
appropriately as long
World.
as the
That would be
rating is
surprising.
appropriate. I was like, yeah, that makes sense to me. Sorry, Nick, I cut you off there.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a cut Worlds, but I'd be surprised to see like 3 cut Worlds.
Yeah. Unless, of course, it's Wolf, Phila, and Marcus or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if it's the same team cutting 3 times, that'd be a little bit less surprising.
Side zap cannon.
All right, let's let's go ahead and get into the news from this week. So from last week, technically, what's new in the 2027 season? So the first up is actually the schedule, and I guess we'll just go ahead and go into that and talk about some of the stuff there. We were joking about it. It looks like they have fixed the pictures for these locations.
No.
Like I saw Vegas got updated because I loved Chuppa's joke of saying it was like Las Vegas, Germany. Because if you look at this picture of Vegas, like it just that's not the Vegas I know. So
That's
that was
inside of a specific casino or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be. It could be. I was dying at that. And then, I mean, Justin just pointing out like Chicago, like down here at the bottom. I'm like, yeah, I grew up in Chicago. I remember the bay with the mountains. Like,
Oh,
that's
you
a-
did.
So, I mean,
What's
if we're just breaking down this meme, Carson actually had the best comment by pointing out that it wasn't Nice, the city in France.
right.
It's easy to interpret that as nice, but he's going for Nice, and it is in fact Nice.
Yeah. I do love that as well. This is a sneaky one. So with that said, though, yeah, this is all the events for the upcoming season. Surely all of the events have been announced right now, and there's not any that are coming later, because if there were any coming later, then Adi and I would be complaining about the same thing we've complained like 50 times on the show already, which is that there are more events that they know are happening and they're just not telling us about it. And they surely aren't doing that anymore, right? Right, Adi, right?
You know, I appreciate them not. I appreciate them giving as much as they can. It's because I think that the other regions are all they've given out all the information. It's just North America that is missing, I believe, 5 regionals we expect. And we normally you normally have these regionals once a month, like one every calendar month, and we like I get if they are still finalizing the details, but it would be nice if at least they told us like regional in this part of the country, part of this continent in this month, so we could kind of plan how many regionals we have to attend, how many regionals we can drive to, how many we can fly to, right? That is pretty important for us. I get that they can't necessarily say that everything is finalized, so I understand them not publishing everything, but like I am glad that they finally got out what they can all the way to the end of the season.
I will say I'm actually that they didn't release all of them at once, because if they did release all of them at once, then we wouldn't have people complaining, like the entire country of Canada just rioting on the timeline for not having their events, which they're clearly not going to have. Right now, we can obviously be upset a little bit that we're going back to Toronto during what's probably another snowstorm, but I do think that like there had to have been like there was zero critical thinking on the timeline when we got the regionals events, like literally none at all. And it's just like they pick, and now admittedly, right, we have all duplicates at the moment, right, except for obviously the NAIC location. Like we have Vegas, we have Louisville, we have Milwaukee. It's like Pokemon kind of clearly has decided what their regionals are for the most part, minus like what will maybe be like a couple things, like they might swap up like Seattle, Vancouver, Portland or whatever, like just decide which one is which every once in a while. But like they've largely decided, like Louisville's gotten multiple regionals. They've decided what their regionals are, right? Like they know. So I agree with the point. Like if they clearly have like history there. Like we should know which ones are which. But similarly, we can make reasonably educated guesses. And we did not have to write. Like we only got 5 events. Like it's fine. We'll get more.
We're definitely getting more. Definitely getting more. And I think that, as you pointed out, it's very likely we'll see something in those gaps, or as maybe Audie was mentioning that as well. It's like, January, we're probably going to have a regional.
All the
we're missing November,
and
January,
that January
February,
tournament.
March.
That January tournament will be in Toronto.
Yeah.
It will
be.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask the stupid question, because my brain just isn't remembering too well. But November, the dates are actually probably out here for Latin Americans Internats, and that is in November. But that doesn't necessarily. I mean, they have an in-region event in November. We should probably have one in November as well. Then probably still is, right?
Is
usually like that's never.
I'd be surprised if we didn't. I think that sometimes they don't do it if Internats is like early in the month and then Thanksgiving is towards the end of the month. Maybe we've missed it, right? Like maybe the timeline doesn't work out there. For this one, LAIC is like Thanksgiving weekend as well. So it's, I think, the weekend after, or weekend before Thanksgiving. So there'll probably be an early November regional.
Got it. Absolutely.
Most likely.
Cool.
Yes.
My one amount of beef is the day before regionals dropped, I did buy tickets for something on December 4th that I will now not be able to do. That is my one amount of beef. I was a whole weekend, and now I have to be in Las Vegas.
What were you getting up to, without going into specifics, if you don't
Or
want to? Concert?
I was just gonna spend a weekend down with my buddy, and I just need an excuse to do so. He lives in Boston, and I saw that like John Marco Cerezi was doing a show in Boston, so I was like, all right, I'll book these tickets. They're not expensive, and it gives me a reason to actually come see you and meet your kid for the first time. And then the next day, I'm like, actually, fuck that.
No,
I'm going to Las Vegas.
That's actually so bad, man. That's tough. That's tough.
It was one of those, it's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's just like, we have to just pick a weekend and just do it now. And I'm so excited to see you, blah, 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 blah. I bought the tickets, whatever. Next day, I'm like, actually, I don't like you that much. And fuck
You're like, it's been too long since I've seen Las Vegas, actually. So
it's been exactly. I haven't seen Nick again.
Dude, what's funny, Rajan, is I feel like it's got to be the worst city to tell your friend as well. Like, if it was just like Louisville, they'd be like, I get it, man. You're going to play your Pokemon hobby, but you're like, I'm going to Vegas. Sorry, man. Like, that's just a middle finger.
With the boys that I see every other month already.
Yep. Adi, you got to tell me, where are we going south of the border this time? Because I think actually there's 3 Mexican events, right? In this upcoming season.
Adi's trying to get me to go to Rico, which is not my response to Mexican events, but whatever.
Also not announced yet, sadly, so may or may not be happening. We'll see. But sadly, that's the one they always announce like really, really late, so we never know if it's happening or not. Can't really plan around it. No, so the 3 Mexican events are Puebla, Merida, and Monterrey. Had Monterrey and Merida before. Monterrey is more of a working class city. I don't think it's very touristy. It is as close to I think the northeastern part of Mexico, so it's pretty close to the United States. If you're flying in from the East Coast, it won't be too long a flight. I've never been there. Merida, I went to last year. Absolutely beautiful. It is the safest city in Mexico. It is in the peninsula with Cancun, in the Yucatan Peninsula, and there's actually a train that goes from Cancun to Merida, so you can fly into Cancun and go there. I went there last year, got to see the beautiful cenotes, which are the underground lakes, a Mayan pyramid. I absolutely recommend that to everyone. Puebla, I do not know much about. It is a new location. And then the other one that I want to shout out south of the border is Recife in Brazil, which is supposed to be the Venice of Brazil, is what I've heard when I looked it up. So that one should also be beautiful if you want to go a little further down south of the border.
That means this is going to be the last decade you ever get to go, if it's the Venice of Brazil.
Adi, is this do you think this is the actual picture for it then? For this one?
Maybe.
Because that looks a lot like Milwaukee, so I just wanted to... Or wait, maybe it's not Milwaukee.
Is Milwaukee the Venice of... of Wisconsin.
It is the menace of Midwest. It is the menace of the Midwest.
No, I found the source of their photo. The source is Royal Caribbean Cruises, so I think it is received.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
wait, no, not
cool.
nice. That's a different place. Whoops. Anyways, Nice. Back to NA actually really quick. Are all y'all doing Baltimore? That's going to be the first one of the season for us. Almost
He's already
surely.
booked his flights from Arlington.
I mean,
I'll
of
be
course. Why
playing it
wouldn't
if I
you?
get in.
I'd be there most likely.
Because the thing is that I don't really want to go to Baltimore. Even though I think the flight prices are okay-ish, but this should be the first of MC, huh? Right, the new format.
Yep.
And as we know, every format gets one good event.
It's the first one, only the first one. The thing is I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be like that exciting to like really warrant going to the first of the format because like it feels like they're doing very gradual format changes. It's not quite that like flip to like a restricted format level of craziness. But if Galissapod's like the wildest mega to ever grace this format, then maybe you'll see me there or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
At dinner,
I mean they're gonna
getting
give us some
back.
Galissapod checks. Like, what's a good bug in water resist? Or is it a steel type? So like they're probably gonna give us like Urshifu or something.
Urshifu.
No. So to make sure we have good pop.
Is Rajan lagging out for you guys?
Yeah,
Rajan's
cutting
lagging
out.
Okay. Here's what we do.
Dude, Galissapod is going to keep emergency exit. Let Lydia chat. Absolutely. The way they've been designing these Pokemon, 100%.
I disconnected Rajan so that way he can reconnect and maybe he'll get back connected good. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Go ahead, Adi.
Baltimore is literally, an hour drive from me and Rajan, so we will be there no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. He said booked your flights. Are you wait? So
he was making a joke.
I get it. Okay, that's what I actually thought because I was like, wait a minute, is that a fly one for you guys? I just wasn't gonna contest it.
Train.
That's sick.
I will likely drive over the morning of and stay.
Oh, you're gonna do a morning of? That's cool. I mean, honestly, I've done that for some.
I'm 40 minutes away.
Yeah. I've done it for Milwaukee from Chicago, and then I even did it one year for Madison. Like, I still got a hotel that night, but I think I didn't get like a Friday night hotel. That was a little bit.
No, I just live far too close to like think about that logistically. Like something will happen such that someone I can bum a ride with from DC up or just go myself or whatever it is, or depending on Mark's schedule, just literally take the Mark train.
Somebody said, I wonder what the PNW regional is going to be. There's definitely going to be a PNW one, like whether it's Vancouver, Portland, or Seattle, or multiple of those is to be determined. We're probably just getting one, sadly, because Vegas is like not PNW. I get it, but like that's our West Coast-ish one. Like I think that's what a lot of people said Portland became, right? Was Portland effectively became Vegas. I think
that sounds right. I mean, there were fewer regionals in the last year than there were in the past, so a few were consolidated. But no, I think there's four regionals that we're gonna get for sure. One is probably gonna be Toronto. One is probably gonna be like Texas, and one's probably gonna be Northwest. And there's one wild card that I think is probably Puerto Rico again, but we'll see if they do that one.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I'm just
somebody. Go ahead.
Game Baltimore, Pittsburgh, not a good.
I think Rajan, you're cutting out again, so just as a heads up. But also,
yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's storming. It's storming.
Oh, is it actually storming?
What he said.
It's got
it's like
a little.
A lot. My house is already.
Are you on data or Wi-Fi?
Somebody
Fun
said
fact: I'm swapping between the two because our Wi-Fi keeps cutting out every 6 minutes.
I see.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So somebody said, funnily enough, it could be. So somebody was joking about Anchorage. I thought that was funny, but I think another definite one is Florida. Right? Florida seems very likely to be getting one that I think's not quite announced yet.
That's true. I can see that. Yeah.
They do love their Orlando. I don't, but they do. They do. Okay. So, do we have any other comments about the upcoming events or anything like that? I don't know if there was any other regions that had anything noteworthy or interesting that we wanted to comment on. Adi, did you have any?
Portugal, I believe, gets its first special event in a long, long time with
I did
Lisbon,
hear that.
which is really exciting. One of my favorite cities to visit in Europe.
That is cool. That is really cool. Yep. I was
Uh,
hearing.
All we know is
Australia.
Nick, what's that again? Say?
Did we talk about Australia? They have both of their events like right on top of each other. I think like a couple weeks apart.
Oh, they do.
Oh, they really do.
They have the Auckland special event, but the Auckland special event, I think they did this last year too, was a couple weeks out from one of their other regionals, and it's like 30 people, like it's tiny, and it is one of their 4 events.
Yeah.
We'll see if they make it bigger this year.
Wait, was that capped at 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It was in a game store.
Really just don't care about that region at all.
No,
Like
no.
one bit.
Someone says, an Oceania friend said that Auckland will be in a bigger venue this year, which I hope is true because I think there is demand for it. I think that it is like
gonna be at Domino's.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the
Or
mall.
KFC or whatever. Like, it's gonna be one of those.
Pokemon
Taco
Rainbow.
No, they're
Combo
upgrading to a
XC.
Chuck E. Cheese. That's got enough space to have like at least a few scores of people.
The fucked
Yeah,
up
I'm
part about
agreeing with-
Australian Chuck E. Cheese is those aren't animatronics. They're just that size.
Yeah, true. Okay, so let's move on to some of the other news about the upcoming season, not just the schedule. The schedule definitely going to be more added for us later. And of course, we'll be breaking that down when we get them, because yeah, I don't think this is going to be the case. We're definitely going to get at least one event in Canada, and we're going to get probably some other like we said, the standard picks will come. So next up was the update to the best finish limits. I actually am doing a bad job. Okay. I was like, I did not remember hearing anything about this.
Nope, there were no changes for the BFL. No changes for championship point payouts. The travel award. What's up?
Oh, sorry. I want to float that. I love that. I think, and not ironically, I think this season was best combination for BFL that I've had competing. I think it like works out very well. I think I like combining internets and regionals because, in all honesty, if you have to internets Wallet Warrior to get worlds, like more power to you. And it does not seem particularly difficult to qualify for worlds with just like one internets if you go. It's not. I like that.
I mean, there's a lot more people playing the circuit. Like it's the proportion of people who are playing the circuit and qualify for worlds is far lower than it ever has been before. You're just like quite good, but
I do not feel like this worlds was like taken up by folks who like Wallet Warrior at the internets. Like it didn't like I think the BFLs are fine. I like the locals BFLs as what they are. I like the regionals internets combined. I think the GC points were fair. Like I just think they allocated very well.
I do think that the points are really well balanced. I think that the system is good.
And like, yes, we had occasional bubbles as it relates to resistance. We thought that was solved. Like 99.9% of the season was pretty well solved. I think they did a good job and don't need to fuck it up by just adding change for fun.
Yeah, so wait, I want to say though, Adi, for the thumbnail, do make it Rajan saying that he thinks that several people don't deserve their world's invites, but he won't name who. Or something like that.
Oh, I'll name them.
He'll name them. He'll name them all.
Adi, go ahead. Supermania. Alex Underhill. Rajan Ball for
sure. Anyways,
yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna keep us moving on.
Travel award tiebreakers. Do you know what the changes were there? I didn't really care about that at all. It was like yes, placement at internets.
It is just it. I think all you need to read is this sentence here, which is starting with 2027. Ties for all travel awards will be determined by finishing position at previous regional and international championship events. Like, kind of wild. But, like, I mean, this seems better than play points, I think, like, was what they were currently doing. Like, definitely better. Is this the one that they should have gone for? I mean, it's a weird one. It feels a little bit out of left field, but I don't mind it. It's not bad. Like, it's just like, if Nails and I were tied and, at Orlando, I got, top 8, and at Houston, he got top 4. I guess Nails would get the travel award. Sure. That's fine to me. I mean, like he kind of did better than me in a sense.
Here's the thing, Alex. If you got top 16 at EUIC or at LAIC, and Nails got second at a regional, I think you win the travel award still. And that's the part that I think is a little messed up.
Wait.
Don't
so
they do the thing?
Is it because of points based on that thing, or what?
If I had one more point, then I would be ahead, though. It's just for ties.
No, it's for ties, but I mean, like, what makes top 16 better than second? Sorry,
it's just confused. If you look at if you click on the page, the international championship page, there's a travel award tiebreaker section. It says it goes in the following order: highest finish at an international is the first tiebreaker, and that is if that finishes within top 16. Then it's further down than that, right below there.
Oh, yeah, here I see. Okay,
and then it checks whether you got top 16 at a regional. And then if neither player got top 16 at a regional or international, which seems pretty unlikely, it goes down to top 16.
Oh, that's kind of funny. I see what you're saying. So if wait, so what about, you said second? What if it was a win then? Still
doesn't matter. Yeah.
You already
win a regional, you still have the priority.
So 16.
The thing though, where it's like they tell you that there's a tiebreaker system, and they either tell you it's this or they tell you it's play points or whatever the fuck. And then they just don't care and distribute more invites and more travel awards anyway. Because I'm pretty confident that like all of the ties that were broken by play points for the World's invite this last year were just we're just extra invites.
And now that they are putting it out this way, I think they might be taking it more seriously.
Yeah,
I think so.
They're not going to be handing out tons and tons of extra cash on ties again.
It's pennies and pennies of extra cash. It like
okay, to them, yes, but
to the extent
they're not doing that anymore.
Where there's just 18 TCG invites instead of 16 for a stipend or whatever. Like, okay, man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. But yeah, so wait, Adi, just to check again, it was the top 16. If I finished top 16 at LAIC and Nick won a regional, I would beat him out on that tie.
Yes, you would. Based on that.
That's a little funny. That one's a little funny to me, for sure. But I guess this is the system. I mean, I don't hate it because it's laid out plainly here. So whatever.
It's stupid. It makes internet more powerful than they already are, which is already overpowered. But at the end of the day, it is just a tiebreaker. It comes up so infrequently, and
ties are
if
rare.
You are the one person every 3 years in North America that gets screwed out of a point by of a travel award by that. That's tough. It's like being, one of the people to bubble out of top 16 at the regional. It's going to happen to someone, and it's better than the alternative of, or it's just a system that we play. And honestly, it's better than a lot of alternative systems like play points.
Yes, absolutely.
I've only had the one time I got a stipend for something. I did have the opportunity to make it a tie if I deliberately got second place at the Premier Challenge that I was getting my last points at, and for a fact that I won finals. That's all I have to say.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if it's going to be where it's going to show up, but I'm going to grab this other one while we have it here, because we're talking about ties, and this is a different type of tiebreaker that has also apparently been changed. So the way that I've laid this out to make it easier to understand is that if you're familiar with the old tie rules, the way that it works is the number of remaining Pokemon, of course. So, like, if it's my Incineroar and Sinistcha versus your Incineroar, I will win. Then it is the remaining HP out of your HP total. So, if Adi and I both had Incineroar and Sinistcha and 2 identical Pokemon in the back, but my Incineroar is full health and both of his guys are at half, then I would win, or I think I said it that way. Anyways, and then the Wait, it says sum of remaining Pokemon HP. Why is that the third one? What's the difference between the third
Think about
one?
it
I'm
like
reading
this.
If you tie
The
on
tiebreaker
percentage remaining.
Oh yes,
The
that's for the
tiebreaker
rare
now-
percentage tie. You're right. I see now. Okay.
Yes.
The tiebreakers now reward having a Shedinja. The tiebreakers before did not.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good way
wait.
to look at it.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yes, Adi,
This
yep, that
messes
one's
up
funny.
Shedinja endgames.
It does. It does.
So-
Ninja wins 1v1 now.
The way that I was explaining it before is another one that I hope illustrates this point in a similar manner. Is that if you had 99% Snorlax versus 100% Incineroar, the Snorlax is going to win because he just has more HP than Incineroar, even though his percentage is one little bit less. But now, if Incineroar was at 100 and Snorlax is at 99, Incin gets the win based on percentages, which is basically like, I don't know. Honestly, this is my take on this is that it's just like super neutral. I don't have strong feelings about it one way or the other. The Shedinja one is pretty funny though, and that does feel wrong.
It's a lot worse because Shedinja just got hella buffed, and when that mon is good, it is in fact very annoying.
It's true.
And one of the main ways you deal with it is just say, "Fuck off! You're a Shedinja. We're gonna hang out.
You lose the end game.
We're gonna
Yeah,
wait
yeah,
for
yeah.
the next,
Oh, yeah.
and then we will deal with it." And now they get to wait for the next 20 minutes and make you sad.
Yeah.
That is
They do
true.
have to
Other
kill
than
all but one
Shedinja.
of your Pokemon, but they can kill
Adi?
all but one of your Pokemon a decent amount of the time.
And a lot of times they do that with like Toxic or whatever, right? So you just have the one Steel type. No, I think like other than the Shedinja situation, this is a good change. I think this means that like this just makes
is
more
more
sense
intuitive.
intuitively.
It's more intuitive for sure. But
The old rules were confusing. Like,
no, you know
very
what was
Yeah.
funny about it? What was really funny about it was in the past when the game did not do this shit for you automatically because we had artificial timer rules. So like our round timer was just called, and then when you had to have a judge come by with a fucking calculator who had to like check your mons out in the HPs and do the math for you.
They also had to do it relatively quickly before the next turn started,
They had to do it
Rajan.
so fast.
Because like
had
Well,
to
they
go-
just have to write down all the information afterwards, and they
was
had a template.
I know,
We
but they
used
had
to
a
have-
window, Nails. They had a window to write down
Yeah,
these
no, but-
numbers. Whereas like nowadays, like you could just save a clip if you needed to on the Nintendo Switch. So like it was a time. It's nothing like today. Is the funny thing.
I just remember having to call a judge, go to my Mon screen, and they just take a picture of it and then figure it out.
Manual tiebreakers were really funny though when it was actually like up in the air because like you genuinely just didn't know how the game was gonna end. The game wouldn't tell you. It was just like everybody was just like, wait a minute. It's just funny.
You just
It's 44. You don't really remember how much HP the mons in the back for the other guy had. Like my guys on board have more HP, but my Incin's pretty low, but it could go either way.
have to wait for the head judge to do long division. It rocked.
All right. So next up, we have the global challenges making a return, and this time, go ahead. Adi, go ahead.
Go back to that last page.
Yeah.
Can you read the last line under the global challenge section?
Yes, I did think that was pretty funny. Please note that
loud?
no grand challenges are currently scheduled for the 2027 season, and then you go in there and you see what's happening in April.
Wait,
It's still not fixed. Adi, I thought it would be fixed, by the way. I thought it would be fixed by now.
This makes perfect sense actually. So this is just an announcement that the 2027 season is ending in March, and April 2027 is the next season. We're having a 9-month season.
That is the 28th season too.
Yep. Yeah.
March
so
confirmed.
This is pretty funny. But yeah, so in general though, this is definitely a big change because usually like Japan and a lot of the TPC regions just take the fall off. Like they're just like chilling, not doing anything. But now September is a global challenge. That means that assumedly they'll be using this tournament to qualify for next year's World Championships, like as either I mean it just as a step of the process for that's just kind of how it is. But yeah, that, and then all the way through April, which I don't know if April is actually some kind of error or whatever. I'm not going to read too much into it or whatever. But
Does that mean we're not going to get points for the grand challenge? Because my understanding was we had like 5 grand
no, that's what I just
challenges.
said, Rajan. I think we don't need to read too much into it because it's probably just a typo and it's still a global challenge, or I don't know. They said there was going to be no grand challenges, so I think I'm going to choose to believe that line. At least I hope.
But
I don't
but
know.
it also says
not-
that DFL is 4.
It said not currently scheduled. It didn't say there wouldn't be any.
This is
That's true.
combined for global and grand challenges. Honestly, it's contradicting itself.
No. But it didn't say there were not going to be any. It said there are no currently scheduled. In theory, we could get more. I would expect April to be a grand challenge, just because I think that's still when the stage of Japan Nationals happens, where they have to play the down to the 64 or whatever players.
But wasn't grand challenges were the ones without Japan, right? And then the globals had them.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
So, and we got championship points for the grand challenges, and at the global challenges it was just for love of the game.
No,
and
we get championship points for both.
We got points for all of them. We just didn't get points for any of the events on Pokemon Champions, which was 1 global challenge or 1 grand challenge.
Oh, okay. I got no points from them all year, so I don't actually know how it works. So
that's a different thing.
I think last year we thought that there would be global challenges or grand challenges on Pokemon Champions, and so I think people expected there to be a couple more. I know I didn't fill out all of mine, or I had like a 4-pointer in mine, because I was just like, I'll get it next time. And now we know we shouldn't expect more than 6. We should expect 6 global challenges, grand challenges, whatever you want to call them. And for what it's worth, I think it's really cool. I think it's actually kind of cool to say we have 6 of these. Your BFL is 4. Basically, every single one of these matters. Like, you could sit out a couple of them, but you should do your best in every single one.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, so you're saying that TPCI lied because we do have premier events on our phone.
True. You can play this one on your phone. Somebody asked, do we still get points based on region? Let's see. I think I would have to imagine they didn't change that.
This is such a I don't know what it is that like Champions does the Jedi mind trick on me, but I do have fun playing it. So like before I think I'll actually play these grand challenges.
Yeah.
And then also it's like you feel like take a whole weekend to play a global or whatever, but 45 games of Champion in a weekend is like 3 hours.
I mean, it is fast. Yeah. And then being able to play these on the phone, mega cool. I mean, that is probably one of the next things we'll be talking about as well is the phones, or maybe I'll just jump out of order here to talk about it really quickly because here it says Pokemon Champions device policy for VGC Championship Series. For the 2027 season, competitors will have the option to use any console from the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 family of systems. A separate device policy for Worlds will be announced at a later date. So, no phones for next season. I actually think this is like killer news, genuinely. Like, I think this is like really missing the mark. Like, I definitely was never thinking that the pipeline for getting people into VGC was saying, hey, try the game on your phone and then go buy a $500 console if this jives with you. You know, like that's not what I want the game to be. Now, traveling to a regional is not cheap, of course, you know, but the thing is that I want somebody to go to one regional and find out that they like it, but to add a $500, you know, whatever price tag on top of this, I'm saying $500. Like you could probably get like a Switch Lite for cheap, if you really
not just for regionals, for locals too. You can't use your phone at locals.
That's just dumb. That is just dumb.
No phone at locals is crazy.
No phone at locals.
I'm just looking at eBay right now, and you can get a Switch for like $150. It's not a $500 console.
What I will float. I think they keep aligning policies at the local level in a way that they shouldn't. Like, I'm going to provide the contrary opinion. I think I don't really mind. Now, maybe it's because I've had a Switch for whatever, but like I think this is their year where they have Champions for an entire season. that they're like trying to figure out how to like ramp up their capacity for like the 2028 season. We obviously didn't have any issues filling up events, right, during the last season. And considering like what our regionals are, I think it's safe to say that our regionals caps are going to be like pretty similarly sized than they were last season, and they're going to sell out within 30 seconds, right? So I don't think they can actually really handle include like not even just like technical limitations or how they do it properly from a capacity perspective. I don't think they can handle phones, and I think they like need to figure that shit out, and they're giving themselves a buffer year of like building like the interest across mobile champions and then bring it into the fold for 2028.
I think that this is big missed opportunity for them, because interest in Pokemon Champions is at its highest right now. It just came out on mobile. At the end of the day, it's going to be hard to draw in new mobile players that aren't already playing more than they are right now. People are going to trickle out. In net, we're going to see net exflow, right, or whatever the word is.
Yeah.
This is their chance. There were 500,000 people, I think, people in Master Ball rank in doubles, something like that. I think I heard that.
Awesome.
Which is in comparison to I think 150 to 200,000 in earlier months where it was no mobile. So nearly 2/3 of your players are mobile players, and if you don't give them something to keep them around, they might not keep playing. You're saying, we'll wait a year. Well, hopefully they're still playing in a year. That number is not going to be 500,000. It's going to be 300,000 within a year, if not lower.
No, I don't disagree with Adi. I think what in a lot of ways though, and I'm not trying to what is the word? Not gatekeep. I guess gatekeep the circuit. But I think genuinely like the capacity issue in terms of registering for events when it was just people who had Pokemon on the Switch was already such a problem. What would happen at the current logistical stage with mobile champions and is we would have a lot, and I'm not saying it's a problem for new players to play regionals. What I think the issue is it eases up registering quite a lot in a way where we will have more slots go unallocated and just make the logistics that we have at the moment just fucking impossible.
Like
I just don't think we can handle it.
But they
like no one in this call is gonna successfully, and I'm not saying the event should be made for me, but I can't. We won't be. No one will be able to sign up.
Here's
what you're
saying for me.
All right,
I think I get what you're saying. No one can sign up at current capacity. What really all this comes down to me is that the people who made champions at no point communicated with the people who play Pokemon, at least here in outside of Asia. Champions it's missing all the functionality needed to run a serious circuit in North America, and in Europe, and in basically everywhere outside of the way they do it in Japan and in Korea. That includes, a big reason why they can't. Capacity is one thing. They could have known that Champions was going to come out and be a big explosion in popularity. I think they didn't even know when Champions was coming out. First and foremost, they kept kind of pushing it back, pushing our expectations back. But more than that, the big reason why we can't have Champions on your phone at events is because of the issues with giving someone your phone for a hack check was a big one. Rajan, that you had talked about, where you don't want to deal with the consequences of having to unlock someone's phone. Is that allowed? All that stuff. How do you make sure that people aren't cheating? Cheating is a lot easier on mobile. Those are big issues that they have to solve.
Honestly, no, they don't. Fuck the cheating thing. That doesn't matter.
Rajan, I'm laughing because I'm with you 100%. By the way, every time that people are talking about the cheating is what if they run damage calcs during the game? I'm like, dude, just let them. I actually don't care about that at all. And
no. What?
And the other one that I don't care about is 1 second, sorry, Audi, is ghosting. People are like, what if your friend is just texting you what plays to make? I'm like, I don't care, man. When I play on Pokemon Showdown, I can beat somebody who's actually just 5 Italian guys all playing on the same account. That
friend code.
So I don't care about ghosting and calcing and stuff like that. The one that doesn't sit right with me is screen peeking. That one where if somebody was watching your moves and was like, oh hey, Alex just clicked Fire Blast, you know, then it'd be like, okay, that's pretty bad. But the rest of the cheating, let it happen, dude. I don't care.
I get it. The point is not these are insurmountable things individually, right? The point is that if they wanted to make the game with their competitive circuit in mind, they could have made it so just giving a tournament organizer your support ID would let them lock your battle box and check your battle box, right? Like that is not unreasonable to implement into your game. Open team sheets, something we brought up over and over again. That resolves the hack check issue, right? Like there are ways to prevent people from cheating, either through judges or through just the way that you design your app. They didn't do any of that, right? They didn't do any of that and it just seems like they did not at any point communicate with Play Pokemon, the people who run Pokemon tournaments, when they were designing their competitive Pokemon app, which to me is just mind-blowing. And the fact that you can't use mobile at tournaments, that is killing it's shooting themselves in the foot as a competitive circuit in terms of growth. And it's all because this one organization with two different branches didn't communicate with each other. And it's really frustrating. I feel like we are seeing the impacts of that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I like the left hand's not talking to the right hand. Like that is definitely true. But I really do think that the bigger, the more, it's just like when you are thinking about the event planning for these tournaments, like, event planning is not fast.
Rajan, I'm going to use you to segue into the next one because I figured out a way to open up a bunch of space in the event halls, and it's a very unfortunate route. So I feel bad joking about it.
That is what happened.
Pokemon Unite is getting axed, which is sad to see. Pouring out for all of your Unite players and fans and friends, because definitely really sad. I mean, I was around. I actually, not all of us were around, but I don't know when Pokken got axed as well. But Pokken was doing this thing with us for a bit too, and then that one got taken out, and it was sad to see then. And I thought Unite had even more potential than Pokken, and even still, they're taking Unite out. It is going to have a single event in Japan now, and I don't know the full circuit info for them now, and I don't know. I mean, we're not really the place to be digging into that super deep, of course. But the Unite guys, they had a lot of great charm. The Spriggles was cool. I loved seeing them on the stage and stuff like that. They had some great casters, great crew over there, great players. So definitely really unfortunate to see it. But genuinely on the flip side, whatever, the other side of the coin, this really might give us more, staff and space to get more VGC and TCG people. That could genuinely be the angle. Not even joking.
That's definitely part of it, and it's also just very clear that TPCI does not respect events that require hand-eye coordination at all. Right? Like if you have to be good at you're just not a part of the circuit at all anymore, right? Like, you have to tap to the beat. We can't have that anymore. I was
gonna say goes live action, technically.
They're all like, it's like TBCI is like, it's fucking ableist to have to play a video game at our video game tournament, and they just don't want that.
VGC is of course a card game.
VGC is a card game. That's all we've got.
Completely unironically, like it is played on a video game system, but it is just a card game.
When people say, like, I talk to friends or whatever, I'm like, I don't play video games. I play VGC, which has video game in the name, but it's not a video game.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
It is a digital card game.
But this is just this is such a weird thing to see because I feel like the World Championship is really going to be missing team events. You're telling me that there's going to be no way.
No, it's not, man. What do you mean?
What? Wait. No, I just it's fun to team up with your friends and compete at the world's level. But VGC is a solo game and TCG is a solo game. Go is a solo.
Go is not a solo game, brother.
Go is not. Yeah, it was of course a joke. It was of course another segue here. But yes, Go is turning into only 3v3 for the World Championship. I think it sounds like you qualify. Yeah, it says qualification is not changing. However, when it comes to Worlds, now this sentence, by the way, I think there's been debate up for it. Again, this is not our game, so we're not really as invested as the Go players probably are, but still decently invested. It says the tournament will feature 3-on-3 team play with teams formed from the pool of qualified players. Now, this does not necessarily imply like some people were fearing random. I feel like it's much more likely that you're going to choose your teams. However, I don't think it explicitly says that either. I think we don't really know enough yet to say one way or the other confidently. What I will say is one more thing before I ask you guys really quick is the funniest thing that somebody pointed out to me about this recently on one of my streams is that, like, what if you just don't have a multiple of 3 qualify for Worlds? Like, or not even qualify, but like show up on the day, because like there is a decent like no-show rate at the World Championships, and it's just like I don't know what they're gonna do about that.
Yeah, no, like there's historically been we ran the numbers for a couple of the past years. It's like a 15% no-show rate for the World Championships across at least a couple of years that we checked. I assume it's pretty stable year to year, but yeah, it's just people don't show up and they can't predict the exact number that's gonna show up, because it's like we got a 1 in 3 chance of having people sitting out the World Championships.
Dude, like, it's my Worlds call because my buddy who missed his fucking flight, like,
yeah, his flight got
I need
delayed.
to go get flights canceled. It's just like, all right, I guess I lose.
Yeah, that part also is crazy because, like, Rajan, it sounded like I was almost originally interpreting it out of like a carelessness, like your friend, like, you know, was late to their flight, which could happen, like I'm being irresponsible, but also there could just be like a storm. There could just be a storm, and it's like, yeah, I can't make it to the city until like, you know, Friday afternoon, and it's like, yeah, that means that we're disqualified. Cool, like, what?
Yeah. Yep. In St. Louis, and suddenly I can't play at Worlds because my buddy lives in St. Louis.
Visa issues, yeah, good point as well. Jimmy mentions in the
No, it's insane.
So the thing is, Jokario, he says if it's 3 separate best of ones, the remaining 2 players just gotta win. Like, oh, I see what you're saying. If you had like a no-show, sure. But yeah, I think that like I don't mind the concept of playing a 3v3 tournament. Like that seems fine. Like playing 3 best of ones. Dodrio Cup is really cool in VGC. And like there's a lot of ways that you could make this like interesting. I just think making it like the whole Worlds season, not this and then this at Worlds, really wild. It would have been way more interesting if this was just like a one-off side event, or like not even like a side event. If you wanted to make it like a regional, it could be a regional.
Yeah, you can make it a regional, and it's gonna be dope. I mean, I wish that we had like just maybe a once a year or once every other year Dodrio Cup regional for VGC. That would be lit. That would be awesome. But the World Championships is where we're trying this out.
That'd be awesome because I don't have friends who would want to play with me.
How do you want to team up? Nails, you want to team up?
I'm gonna team up with ESM because he doesn't use any good mons.
So I think that one of the cool things about the Yu-Gi-Oh 3v3s is that you sit next to each other and you put your best player in the middle. So if they finish first, they can help the 2 players on the side.
Wait, that's kind of metal. That's kind of metal, Adi. That's kind of cool. Oh shoot, dude, I love that. Okay. Let's see. Before we wrap up here, not like instantly. I just want to make sure any other major news that we didn't cover.
We got a couple more invites for EU and
oh yes,
and
the
US.
Numbers. Thank you. The numbers are big.
But that's my segue from before, where they just fucking hate Australia.
Yes, that went unchanged, huh? Right? It was just 20 before, still 20. And then what? Latin America went 50 to 60, and then 80 to 90 for the other regions.
Yeah. Yep.
Sounds right.
They just gave him nothing, dude. They didn't even want to give him like 2.
They did give them, like we said, the KFC like Pizza Hut for Auckland instead of whatever, but that's it.
Damn, dude. They actually hate Australia.
No, they hate them.
Yeah. They hate them. Yeah, 10 more for us. It was kind of funny, Adi. We had Joe on Tub Takes a couple episodes back, and he was like, do you think they'll go less? Like, I was just like, Joe, what are you talking about, man? They're not going to go smaller.
We also missed, while we're talking about this, we also missed certain age ratings just being fucking axed on champions.
It's there as well. I was gonna make a point of that one right here. So yeah, it got a little bit weird for Brazil and Germany that yeah, because of like certain laws with age ratings, um like German and Brazil players will just have to abide by those laws and not be able to play in tournaments. They said that they're working on it though, so like I'm glad that like they're at least doing what they can. But this just sounds like a whole headache. I'm sure that just like getting the game. Because it's funny. I was actually talking to our friend Donald Smith, who works for Clash Royale, about stuff similar to this, about just like getting mobile games age rated and stuff like that. And he says like it could just be like a certain like key art, like they have to like just edit like certain key art things. I don't know. It basically, he said it's complicated. That's the short of it. It's just like that. It's not easy to get past these age rating gates, essentially. So
apparently that means no junior divisions at LAIC, because they can't have that in Brazil.
oh, is that actually how it's going to be working then?
That is wild.
Of what's happening.
Does that mean that they're going to be hosting LAIC in a different country? Maybe. Probably not. That probably just means that they're.
And this is Champions only, right? Not PoGo, so it's not like I can't play at Worlds because.
Dude, Juniors Champions is going to be on Juniors LAIC is going to be on Scarlet and Violet.
Of course,
that would be
genius.
God. Yeah,
genius.
Possibly, right? Like,
just go back to this SV. Genius, Adi. Honestly, you're
you
cooking.
brought that guy to show and tell like 9 times.
One more time.
Give it up. How it goes.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else here? Oh, this is good luck. Awesome. Yeah. All right. I think that's probably it for this part then. But yeah. I guess wait, really quick though. Did we have any other comments about the invitation numbers changing? I don't know. Is there anything interesting to say about it?
Doubled the number of senior slots in Europe and North America.
Wow.
40.
Not much.
That is crazy. That is cool.
So European juniors get twice as many slots than Australian Masters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I think we were going to talk about this tournament, but we went a little bit long on the other stuff, and so I am probably going to wrap us up. I said going long, like we're not wrapping up relatively early already, but it's just 90 degrees here, and if I don't go swim, I will go to bed a sweaty mess. So I'm going to go swim. So that's the truth of it. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be cutting this one off early, guys. I probably should have had Audi host. He could have just kept going. Didn't think about that.
There's about tours right now, man. Like in a real way, we are at the point of the summer where there's like maybe one more opportunity for meta development before Worlds, and none of the limitless tours matter anymore.
Mm-hmm. This one at least had 400 people, so a decent sized tournament. This was the probably tournament to look at from the past weekend, but definitely less impact from this one than previous.
I do not care.
But there will be one in there will be a Victory Road tournament this weekend, so we'll be able to look at the results of that one. And their Road to San Francisco tournament is probably happening any week now as well. They probably got to do that one soon. So
that's the one opportunity for meta development, that tournament.
Probably, right? All right. So
I mean, unless a good team shows up to another tournament, you gotta check them.
Yeah. I mean, you want to keep an eye, 100%.
Yep.
All right, then I think that's going to be it for this episode of Tub Takes. Doing a little bit of a shorter one. I mean, ultimately, it was a bit of a slower week, anyways. So sorry that we're cutting this one short, though. But this stuff was fun to talk about. I honestly, there was just so much fun stuff to talk about here. This is cool. And hopefully we get more circuit info soon. Because yeah, we're definitely not just we don't have just these 5 tournaments or whatever it was.
There will be a regional in Toronto in January.
And what we want YouTube comments asking Alex what swim trunks he wore, because
it's you want to see my swim trunks? I'll show my swim trunks, dude. I'm wearing my flamingos. Oh, dude,
wearing your flamingos.
Ooh, nice.
There we go. You can't see him though, Rajan, but they get to see him. I'm
I've
actually
never
already
seen
in my
nothing.
swim trunks. I came ready because I'm going right away. All right, that's gonna be it for this week. We'll figure out who we're throwing a raid to, or maybe we won't throw a raid to. All right, Master Mark's in it. Cool. Okay.
Always
Well,
best part.
thank you,
Are you
Nails
allowed
and
to
Rajan, for
show
joining
that much
us.
thigh on Twitch?
What's up?
Are you allowed to show that much thigh on Twitch?
So true, so
When
true.
you're
We got to get back in the tub, Audie. We got to get back in the tub. The hearts are pretty good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right, y'all have a good night, guys. Catch you around.